is the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show 2026. We are Zimbabwe's digital, and we are broadcasting live from the Zimbabwe Energy Regulatory Authority. I have here Takudzwa Chakwana. He is the Communications and Media Officer. Hi, Taku.
Hi, thank you for having me, Tashi.
So, who is Zera, and what's your mandate?
Okay, so Zera is the Zimbabwe Energy Regulatory Authority. We are mandated by law to regulate the energy sector, be it the electricity side or the petroleum side. So essentially, our job is to make sure that Zimbabwe has safe electricity and fuel, as well as protecting our consumers and supporting the growth of energy in the sector.
Indeed. So, in line with this year's theme, what are you exhibiting as Zera? What's your story? What are you speaking about?
Okay, so our theme for the year is energizing agriculture, technology, and commerce. So, through our work as the regulator, we will be licensing energy operators, be it electricity or fuel businesses, because agriculture solely relies on electricity and petroleum products. So by ensuring that we've licensed and regulated everyone, it ensures that our work as the authority in expanding growth in energizing it is seamless. And also we have stakeholder engagement in public awareness. You know, people use energy in pretty much every facet of their life. So our duty is to make sure that they do it safely and ensure that they also use that same energy as efficiently as possible. Because we have many energy sources. People use LP gas, people use electricity, people are using solar. So it's not just a matter of using energy and wasting it because you are guaranteed of a source, but we also need to use that same energy sparingly such that no one or no place is left behind, as Vision 2030 states.
Thank you very much, Taku. So, let's just speak about this ZAS 2026. We know that we're going to have a lot of people coming through, and obviously a product, a source of energy that speaks to the mass is LPG the most, and solar as well. We have seen quite a lot of uptake around solar. Yes. Of course, electricity is everywhere, but I want to speak about safe handling of LPG, because we have seen that a lot of households now use LPG in terms of cooking, and obviously the dangers are so many around it. We have actually seen over the years that electricity is safer and handling of it is safer, maybe because it's what we have known over centuries or over a long period. But with the emergence of LPG, we still have loopholes around the safe handling of it. Let's speak about that to the masses that are watching us.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very interesting question. LP gas usage has grown over the years. We are using millions and millions of kgs of LP gas. People were a bit hesitant at first to use LP gas, but over the years we've been having our public awareness and educational campaigns in regards to LP gas, because it's a volatile and very unstable, for lack of a better word, energy source. So it's prone to explosions, and that's only if you don't handle it properly or you don't use it safely. So in terms of handling, whenever you're handling your LPG gas tanks, you have to make sure that they are upright, because if it's handled a different manner, then it's more likely to slip, since this is liquefied petroleum gas. And also in terms of moving it around, you shouldn't drag it across the room. You should carry it, because it's compressed, and the more you shake it around and the whole friction and dragging it from the ground, that also enables likelihood of incidents or accidents with LP gas. And then I know people in Zimbabwe love to buy things in bulk and to be well prepared. Also, I'm sorted for the next 2-3 months. So there are those 48 kg tanks. Those should never in any instance be stored indoors, because that's a lot of LP gas to be stored in a confined space. If you have such a tank, it has to be outside where it's properly ventilated and there's a lot of air circulation. The maximum you can have in your household is 9 kgs. And when you're using that, your gas tank, you know know people have those gas stove gas tanks, or they have that gas tank where you have your pipe and then you have your separate stove. Yes, they don't have to be on the same level. The tank has to be underneath. For instance, this is your table where you have your 2-plate gas stove. Other people think it's okay to have your gas tank side by side to the stove. That's very unsafe, because not only will the heat from the gas stove seep through to the tank, but it also puts the pipe near the fire. So you have to place it underneath. Maybe there's a small stool or directly on the floor, and then your gas stove will be a meter or at least in an elevated space by a meter or less, such that these two do not interfere with each other. Yes.
So I actually have had issues around when you have this smell. The smell of gas, you should be able to know that it is siphing out. Yes. What do you then do? Let's speak about that. I also know that we have had that you should use soap to just check whether it is leaking somewhere. Let's have that. You have really done a good job, because all this that I'm speaking about, I have had it from Zera. So let's speak about those issues of identify the leakages around our tank, and maybe from the pipe to the stove, something like that.
Thank you so much for that feedback. It's really a great feeling to know that you appreciate our work in making sure that the public is well aware and protected. So in terms of gas leakages, gas itself has no smell per se, but then because of how unsafe it is, if it leaks, then there's this artificial smell that has to be added on. It's the smell of rotten eggs. So whenever you smell that, then that's a clear sign that there is a gas leakage. So what you have to do immediately is to ensure that you switch off whichever appliance that you are using your gas with, because now we have gas heaters, we have gas stoves, the list is endless. And once you've done that, you open your windows for aeration, and as much as possible, try and avoid a point of contact that creates ignition, since that will create a flame that will then spread throughout, because gas leaks horizontally. And then in terms of instances whereby you have the gas stove, you have a separate gas stove and the tank, and then there's a pipe, over time those pipes are prone to crack or have leakages. So the best way is to use a soapy water solution, where you use the lather and you put it on your appliance. Whenever you see bubbles, that's a clear indication that there's some sort of leakage.
Saka zvakajeka izvi muri kunzwa hanzi nataku mastove amunawo aya, kana ingave 4-plate ingave 2-plate, pane pipe iya, pane tank. Zvinofanira kugara zvitariswa zvinhu izvi. Wakanzwa mweya unoita kakunhuhwa, ziva kuti gasi riri kulika mumba. Hanzi nataku magadzirirwe eLPG ari nhuhwe, but rakaiswa kamweya aka kari artificial kanokuzivisai imi vashandisi veLPG kuti gasi renyu riri kulika. Wanzwa kamweya aka, usaignore. It is a clear sign that there is a leakage somewhere. Hanzi unozotora hako mvura yako inesipo, wochitarisa kuti pari kubuda nemabubbles ndepapi, saka pari kulika ndepapi. Ini ndiri kungoti dzimwe nguva wakanzwa zvakadaro, chimbonochekerwawo kuti zvinhu zvako zviri kufamba zvakanaka here. Handi munotaura zvinoserviswa here zvinhu izvi. Enda pasource zvatakambodzidziswa neZera. Unoenda pasource yavakasetifaya kuti vanoita zvegasi, vanokutarisira kuti hapana here zvimwe zvakaita wear and tear. Ino pane tumarabha, pane tukui tunofanirwa kugara tuchireplacewa. Sandizvo here taku? So ndati inini hatichafanirwe kuona explosion yegasi tichidzidziswa neZera zvakadai. Hatichafanirwa kuona vanhu vanoputikirwa negasi tichidzidziswa zvakadai. Inzwa iwewe kamweya kaye, ngaive ired flag yekuti ndoita sei nditsvage kuti pane leakage ndepapi yeLPG. Kana uchidzokera kune munhu anokuservisira, wodzokera wonogadzirisirwa, wotarisirwa, because hatifanirwe kuva nemacases cases ema-explosion egas tichiwana kudzidziswa kadai tinokutendai vezera nebasa ramuri kubata.
Tinokutendai nekuya kuzodzidzisa veruzhinji nezvezera.
Alright, rambai muinesu muchanzwa zvimwe zvakawanda. We are now joined by Mr. Shakespeare Kunaka. He is the fuel quality technician. How are you, my brother?
Very well. How are you, my sister?
So, fuel quality technician. Today I'm out to get you because now I'm thinking you are the ones who should make sure that these safe stations do not put too much ethanol in our fuel. Let's hear about it. What is the role that you do?
Definitely. Thank you very much. Basically, our role is to ensure that the fuel that is being sold at retail sites meets the required specifications. These specifications include the ethanol blending levels that you are eager to hear about. So, like currently at the moment, we have ethanol blend of 20%, which means to our petrol we are adding 20% ethanol, so that we sell it as ethanol E20 blend.
Also, just to say E20, it means the level of ethanol is 20%.
Yes.
I see. So generally, how is the quality of fuel in the market? As the expert, let's just speak in general. How is the quality like?
In general, the quality is very good.
So it means they are complying?
They are complying, yes. Our compliance rate are above 99% for the whole country in the test that we do carry out. We have got regional offices in Bulawayo, Mutare and Gweru. They also carry out these fuel quality checks. So our compliance levels are above 99%.
So why is it that our fuel is flying off our tanks? I'm thinking they are putting more. I'll be honest. If you are saying compliance level is 99% and fuel is flying off our tanks, what is happening?
In terms of flying, I wouldn't say fuel flies from your tank. You find that most of the times our role is to ensure that whatever is specified by law is what we are testing according to. So you find that we have different perceptions on how our fuel is coming out. We've always had issues whereby someone would say fuel from this garage is better than fuel from this garage than fuel from this garage. But from the work that we do, from the testing that we do, you will find that all this fuel is basically the same. Right now we are on E20. Almost everyone is at E20. The quality is basically the same. All the fuel comes through from NOIC. NOIC tests before they dispatch, and we also then go in and do random checks. So most of it is perception, yeah.
So what is this?
So here what we have is the ethanol E20 blend. As you can see, it's very clear. So your fuel has to be very clear, because if there are any suspended particles or any suspended matter, it will clog your filters, it will affect your injectors. So your fuel has to be very clear. Then here we've got the ethanol that we use to blend into this fuel. So 20% of this goes and we have our E20 blend. So we also have the ethanol. Then here is our diesel sample, which is also very clear. It has to be clear and bright for it to, and with no suspended matter, so that we don't want to clog our fuel systems. So it has to be very clear and bright. So on all these, we do have parameters that we check to see if they are meeting these, if there is no any adulteration that has been put into the fuel, either for gain or for whatever purposes. Yes.
So are you the ones who make sure that those tanks or whatever, the storage of the fuel is not infiltrated by water or anything? Or is
that is the duty of the service station, to ensure that they have a system that safeguards against that. Because when it rains, we are not there. But they need to be able to make sure that their tanks are not having water get in if it's raining, and they have to have a system of checking using water finder paste that there's no water that is gone into their tanks, so that they don't dispense any water contaminated fuel into people's cars.
Are there fines for those that are found otherwise in terms of this blending, or in terms of around this purity blending, and are there fines that are put on?
Yes, there are fines, and these fines are paid at court. Fuel quality offences are level 9 offences, so you don't pay a fine at the police if you are found in contravention of any fuel quality quality offense, your matter has to go to the courts. And the fines are imposed by the courts.
And I guess that's the reason why we've seen that 99% are compliant, because obviously they also want to avoid this court business.
And when you are closed down, you are losing business, because if you find you with fuel that is contaminated, that site is closed until the matter is finalized at the courts. So this can drag for as much as 2 months without your site being open. So you lose a lot of business. So the risk is not is not in line with the rewards anyway.
It's not even worth it. I believe you now. So what I like about this department, to our viewers, he was saying 99% of or above 99% are compliant in terms of this E20 or the quality of fuel. They are compliant. But what has made me believe that there are fines to it that are court related, that can cause a business, a safe station to close. And obviously business do not want that. So I guess I would say kudos to the quality assurance department and for making sure that this business is handled well. Thank you very much. This was Mr. Shakespeare Kunaga, the fuel quality technician for Zera. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. My name is Antonia Shumba, the GIS officer at Zera. So you have been well abreast with the issues to do with LPG and link, safe use of LPG. You've also been made aware of issues to do with fuel quality. So I'm going to take you through one of our systems that we currently have at Zera, which is meant to basically do GIS monitoring enforcement here at Zera. So this is basically the system that you currently. So you might ask, what is GIS all about? GIS is short for Geographical Information Systems. It's a system that is in place meant to do mapping, mapping-related issues, spatial databases, querying, spatial analysis, and all. So at Zera we have petroleum and electricity subsector databases, which are meant to assist us when you are doing compliance enforcement related issues. So we have GIS databases for petroleum sector and electricity subsector. So this is the system that we currently have in place. So this is the basic layout of the system. It's made up of one web maps, which clearly illustrates the positions of where our licensees are located and where they are housed, how much are they contributing to each and every sector. So we also have the infographic section here, which basically illustrates to how many service stations we are currently having licensed up, how many LPG retail sites we have, how many power generation sites we have. We also keep tabs on the number of the licenses which we have licensed to date from 2022, our baseline year, to 2026. So we are always keeping track of our numbers in terms of our licensees. So this is issues to do with petroleum related sites, LPG sites. We know where they are, where they are located, who owns them, who runs them, and which are the areas which needs investment when we are doing shortfalls are concerned. So we have 4 main web maps in place. The first web map is showing retail stations or service stations. So we know where they are for the whole country, what capacity do they have, how much are they contributing to the petroleum life cycle. We also have the web map to do with LPG site distribution. Where are the LPG sites located in the country? Which areas are underserved? Which areas have got the maximum number of LPG sites? So that way, even if we are targeting to do investment, or we want investors to target some areas, we know where the shortfalls are in terms of the distribution of these sites. We also have web maps to do with power generation projects, and the hotspots. Going further, we also have information in our databases which you capture information to do with site capacities of the sites. We're able to keep track of which sites have got the highest capacities in the country for diesel or for blend. Then also we have information to do with the distribution of these sites. for petroleum, for example, we know which numbers, which provinces have got the highest numbers in the country. For example, Harare, for the service stations, got the highest number of service stations. 30% of the active retail sites in the country, they are in Harare. As you can see, these are the respective provinces in terms of the distribution of these retail sites. The same with LPG, then the same with power generation sites as well. So in short, yes, this is the dashboard that we have at Zera, which we use to do compliance enforcement and to see which guys are licensed, which operators are licensed, which operators are not licensed, so that we target them when we are doing compliance enforcement. So like I explained before, this is the dashboard that we currently have in place at Zera that we are using to do issues to do with compliance enforcement, generate reports, GIS reports, distribution maps to know how many sites we are currently licensing, where are they located. So all this information is critical for us as Zera when we are doing compliance enforcement, when we want to know the distribution of energy facilities in the country. So this is a link that we can share with anyone, both internal and external clients. It's also there on our website as well if you want to appreciate issues to do with the geographical information systems at Zera. So yeah, that's the system that we currently have in place. Thank you.